Did you hear about the last person to be found alive after the Twin Towers fell on September 11th? Her name was Janelle Guzman McMillan, a 30-year-old temp worker from Trinidad who moved to New York in 2000 in hopes of becoming a dancer and a singer. Things didn't go so well for her, which is why she ended up working as a temp worker in the Twin Towers on September 11th. She worked on the 64th floor of the North Tower working for the Port Authority. And after the first plane struck, she and her co-workers rushed through the crowded stairwell trying to get to the bottom. They managed to make it 50 flights down until they reached the 13th floor. And at that point, she stopped to remove her heels, and as soon as she did, the entire building collapsed. Janelle was buried alive under concrete and steel. She could barely move. Hours and hours passed and everything was filled with smoke, and she prayed to God that someone would find her. While Janelle was buried alive, she said she felt a hand grab hers and say, "Hold on, I've got you. My name is Paul." The voice kept encouraging her, and she knew that she was gonna make it out alive since she had Paul. 27 hours after she was first buried under all of that concrete and steel, all of a sudden she heard other voices. She started tapping her hand as hard as she could to get their attention, and a firefighter heard her and grabbed her out of the rubble. Janelle had been saved. After she was rescued, she immediately asked the fire rescuers to help her find Paul so she could thank him for staying with her that entire time. But they told her they didn't have anyone named Paul working on their team. Janelle believes Paul might have been a real live angel. Janelle went on to create a good life. Doctors told her that her right leg had been crushed and they needed to amputate it, but Janelle refused. And after 4 surgeries, she was able to walk again. She married her longtime boyfriend Roger later that same year, and they went on to have a beautiful family, and they still live in Long Island. To this day, Janelle calls her survival a miracle because she was the very last person rescued alive from ground zero after the September 11th attacks. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.